Hey everybody, it's taken me a minute to get this next video out. I've been kind of busy and a little sick at the same time, to where, I kind of really didn't want to sit here and stare at a camera that I can't really see myself in. So I'm at 7 weeks now. I've lost about 70 pounds total, about 50 since surgery. Which is, to me, is a big accomplishment. Anybody who has struggled with weight knows that even 5 pounds is such an accomplishment that you're ready to scream and tell the world. But I guess that's what I'm doing. Lately, as far as surgery goes, like, all my scars have healed really well. The last ones that are still healing is where the drainage tube was. I'm just waiting for the color to come back on that one. And the big one where the stapler went through, it's healed really, really well, but it still has a little bit of healing left to go. Again, like I said, I'm at 7 weeks, so that means I can actually, I'm not on soft food diet anymore. I'm actually on the full food, to where I can eat a lot more things. So now I have to be a lot more mindful of what I eat, how much I'm eating, the serving sizes, and make sure that I'm definitely getting my exercise in, because now I'm adding more to my diet. Lately, I've probably, for the last, I say 3.5 weeks, 3.5, 4 weeks, ever since I got on birth control, because I got on birth control like a week, like at week 3. And I thought it was the birth control that was making me sick, because I hadn't been on it in a while. And as soon as I started taking it, I felt really nauseous, like it just wasn't working for me. So I let it go for a little while to see how I felt. About a week and a half goes by, and I just felt like I'm not feeling any better. I'm still as nauseous as before. And the worst thing about being nauseous is not being able to throw up. Because a lot of times you feel nauseous, and then if you throw up, you feel a little bit better. I've just been very nauseous to the point where I want to throw up, but I can't. Like, I don't have anything to throw up. I'm not even, gagging. It's just the whole nauseous feeling. And then the anti-nausea medicine that I got just wasn't kicking it. So I called my doctor back and let them know I'm just not feeling good at all. At one point in time, I thought maybe I had a bladder infection, and I just wasn't feeling it. So they switched my birth control. I still was feeling bad. So they gave me an antibiotic with the thought that, yeah, maybe I might have a bladder infection. That's why I'm as nauseous as I am. So I started taking antibiotics, and that wasn't doing it. So I go back to Dr. Nick's office, and I talk to his PA, and she says a lot of times around the 6-week mark, which was last week when I had my 6-week checkup, a lot of times what happens is what's called a stricture, and to the point where the intestine that is hooked up to your new stomach, it's actually sits about like that. But when it heals, sometimes sometimes the tissue around there's kind of scars, and it causes the hole to shrink. So a lot of stuff is not getting through. So it could cause a lot of nausea. So she wanted me to go get an upper GI. Well, Thursday I left home early because I was throwing up that morning. Finally, I actually was able to throw it up, but it was water. So I left early. Friday I didn't go to work because I just, being at the hospital all day, thinking maybe, and I found out I was dehydrated because I couldn't really get anything down. So Friday I didn't go to work. Saturday I went to work thinking I was going to feel a lot better. And for a little while I did, and I think it's because, they did put fluids in me, so I was feeling a little bit better. Sunday I wasn't feeling good, and Monday I had my upper GI done. So they did find a stricture, and they also found an ulcer, which After doing some research and reading the books that I got from Forest Park and doing online research and stuff, I knew that ulcers and strictures were one of the, complications that could come from surgery. Now, I do know that the stricture, they say, it happens in about 2% of patients. So, what do you know? I'm special. I'm one of them 2%. So, I stopped taking Pepcid because they wanted me to stop taking Pepcid because they were giving me 2 different medicines, pretty strong medicines, that I have to take twice a day for 2 weeks. One is a liquid, one is a pill. So those are to fix the ulcer. To fix the stricture, where the hole was closed, they just dilated it and opened it back up. The Tuesday when I went to work, I felt much better. Much better. And I guess maybe it's because they opened that intestine opening up, so maybe I felt a little bit better, but it didn't last long. I'm still nauseous. So hopefully, I'm hoping that I've only been taking the medicine for 2 days, 3 days. So I'm hoping by the end of the week that I'll start feeling a little bit better, even though I have to take the medicine for 2 months. Hopefully I will start to feel a lot better. Hopefully I'll be able to get more stuff down. I'll be able to get more fluids down, because I know me not being able to drink is why I was dehydrated. Other than that, 7 weeks has gone pretty quickly. I'm starting to fit clothes that I haven't been able to fit in a while. And, some people are wondering, why do you still have pants in your closet from 2005? Because I always told myself, one day I'm going to get back into them bad boys. And I did. And I was I haven't been that excited in a long time. I was very excited. I was proud of myself, I always thought, ever since I got this done, even through the nausea and things like that, why didn't I get this done back in 04, 05 when it was on my mind, when I went to the seminars and I talked to the doctors about it? Why didn't I do this then? But I'm glad I'm doing it now. Being told that you can't have kids because you're overweight, to me was, crushing, because anybody that knows me knows I adore kids. I love kids, and I can't wait to have kids of my own. So that's one reason why I guess I pushed, myself to do this now, because I'm not young. Well, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I don't want to have my kids at like 35 years old, I want to be able to run around with my kids and interact with my kids, so I knew that the weight had to come off. Health-wise, I was pretty healthy, actually. Besides the weight, I was actually pretty healthy. No diabetes, no high blood pressure, no high cholesterol. I did have sleep apnea, though, which really scared me. That really scared me. And I think it actually kind of pushed me away from the surgery for a minute, because that shock right there, along with all the other complications and things that I was reading about, was pretty intense. And so in the beginning, I went and had the sleep studies done, and when I found that out, I kind of backed away from going to see Dr. Nick about scheduling a surgery date. But I'm glad I did. I'm so glad I did. Even though, like I said, I'm nauseous a lot of the times because of some of the complications that came from it. But I'm breathing. I'm still here. I'm losing. I'm amazing myself more and more each day. I'm able to walk further, each day. I'm able to, I have more energy. I have more stamina. It's a good feeling, and when you're overweight, a lot of times you don't see yourself as being as heavy as you really are. And I was one of those people. I never really saw myself as heavy as I really was. And it was a shock to me, and it kind of took me back a little bit, brought me back to reality. And the compliments that you get, people tell me all the time that they can tell I'm losing. And it's hard to tell myself because I see myself on a daily basis, but, my boyfriend tells me all the time that he can tell, and people at work, they say they can tell, and it's a good feeling to know that this decision that I made was actually a good decision, not just for today, but definitely for tomorrow, because I've added years back to my life that I let this weight take from me. I'm going to be able to live life. I'm not going to be able to my weight is not going to hold me back from living life anymore. I'm not going to say anymore, well, I don't want to go do that, because in the back of my mind I'm feeling I'm not small enough to go and have fun and do this. I'm not, heights is not my thing, but roller coasters, not my thing. But another reason why I haven't done stuff like that is because I don't want to get on there and be one of those people that don't fit, and I've always wanted to go to water parks, and we have a water park that's probably less than 30 minutes away, and I don't go because I let my weight hold me back. And now it's time for me to stop letting my weight hold me back. It's time for me to kind of, come out of my cocoon and not let life pass me by because I feel like I'm too heavy to do anything. So it's a real big motivation to get out there, get my walking in, to get my exercise in, make sure I'm eating the right things, make sure I'm not overeating, and I'm really excited to see where I am in 6 months. My 6-month mark will be September, and that's when I go back to Dr. Nick's office for a 6-month checkup. And at this moment in time, they really don't have like a weight loss goal. They just want to see what you can do, and then she said after my 6 month, then we can see what kind of weight loss goal we want to see in about in a year mark, which 6 months later. So I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm just as excited as I was the day before going into surgery, but I'm like that every day. I feel like the self-esteem that I used to have that was dang near nothing is definitely starting to climb. My self-confidence, and crazy as it may seem, a lot of people feel that my personality automatically brings in self-confidence, and it doesn't. And but my self-confidence is definitely rising. My personality is definitely coming out a lot more. Even though you didn't think that I had any more personality left in me, I do. And I can't wait for everybody to see it. People that I knew from way back when that I haven't seen in a while, that I haven't talked to in a while. I'm ready for you to see who I am now, and I'm excited, to see my own progress. I'm excited to see where I will be in 4 weeks from now or 2 months from now, and I'm excited to see myself grow personally, mentally. I'm definitely excited for it all, and I will not ever tell anybody not to go have weight loss surgery if you feel like that's what you need. I will not discourage anybody, even though I am having issues at the moment in time. But